Right now, somewhere in the world, a bottle of Chanel number 5 just sold. And it'll happen again in 30 seconds. And again. And again. For the last 100 years straight, a $200 bottle. That costs $3 to make. So what's really going on here? That's exactly what we're getting into today. 1921, Paris. The world had just crawled out of World War I. People were exhausted. They wanted something new, something that felt alive again. Coco Chanel was already famous. She'd completely changed how women dressed, ditched the corsets, made simplicity elegant, flipped fashion on its head. But now she wanted something different. She wanted a perfume. Not just any perfume, though, her perfume. Something that represented everything she stood for. So she called in a chemist named Ernest Beau, and she gave him the strangest brief he'd probably ever heard. I want something that smells like a woman, not a flower, not a garden, a woman. Ernest went to work. He made 5 samples, numbered them 1 through 5. When Coco got to number 5, she stopped. That was it. Now here's what actually made Chanel number 5 different from everything else at the time. One word: aldehydes. These are synthetic chemical compounds that were relatively new back then. Nobody had used them this heavily in a perfume before. And what they did was unlike anything the fragrance world had seen. They gave the perfume this quality that's really hard to describe. Clean, bright, sparkling. Like something's floating in the air but you can't quite grab it. It wasn't a flower. It wasn't a fruit. It wasn't anything you could point to and name. It was just a feeling. And that's exactly what Coco wanted. Now here's where her real genius showed up. She didn't run ads. She didn't do a big launch event. She didn't pay anyone to talk about it. She just wore it to a dinner party in Cannes. That's it. All night women kept stopping her. "What is that smell? What are you wearing?" She just smiled. Word spread. Bottles started selling. And Chanel number 5 went viral in 1921 with 0 social media, 0 influencers, 0 marketing budget. That's what a good product and the right story can do. But there's one more thing that made Chanel number 5 truly immortal. 1952. A reporter asked Marilyn Monroe, at the peak of her fame, what she wore to bed. She said, "Just a few drops of Chanel number 5. That one sentence changed everything. Sales exploded. Women all over the world wanted that feeling, that Marilyn feeling, that elegance, that sensuality, that effortlessness. And honestly, they still do. Every bottle of Chanel number 5 sold today carries that moment with it. That dinner party, that quote, that feeling. You're not buying perfume, you're buying a piece of that story. And now, the part everyone wants to talk about. The $200 bottle costs $3 to make. The actual ingredients? $3 to $5 depending on the size. So what's the other $195? It's the name, the iconic bottle, the Marilyn quote, the dinner party in 1921. 100 years of history sitting in your hands. Is that a scam? Honestly, I don't think so. Because you know exactly what you're paying for. Nobody's tricking you. You're not buying a liquid. You're buying an identity, a feeling, a story. And that is the single biggest business lesson this perfume teaches us. Story beats product every single time. So that's the real story of Chanel number 5. A $3 bottle sold for $200 every 30 seconds for 100 years straight. All started from one dinner party and one woman who knew exactly what she was selling. Now I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. Would you pay $200 for Chanel number 5? Or grab a $20 dupe that smells 80% the same? No wrong answer. I read every single one. And if you're enjoying this series, subscribe. Because next up we're going deep into the world of oud, a $50,000 smell, centuries of history, and a business the Arab world built long before Chanel ever existed. I'll see you there.